This Meditainment production is brought to you today by the Samurai Aquatics and Decor Metaventure. Scan that QR code or click that link in the description and dive yourself headfirst into the Samurai Aquatics Discord server to pleasure your peepers on our current and future range of outdoor decor.
Established in April 2021, Upland Development United is the oldest and most exclusive and transparent no development collaborative in the Upland Metaverse. Contact Morecheese at 68 for more information. Warning! This podcast is produced by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment and contains unsolicited and heavily biased opinions which are solely the views of the individuals involved. It does not include investment advice of any kind and you are responsible for undertaking your own financial, including tax liability research relevant to your own individual circumstances.
Taking over the Upland. Upland Development United. Total meta domination.
Thank you for listening to or watching the UDU podcast. This is year 3, number 113, presented by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment, Morecheese, and me, Ben68, featuring co-host Dak Joe Lives the Agency, TV125, occasionally Uplando, members from the Upland Development United team, and of course, the good old general Upland community members. Today's show's recording on either Tuesday the 8th, where it's nice and hot, or Wednesday the 9th, where it's nice and cold, of August, depending on where you're at. How you doing this morning, Shooter?
I'm good.
Yes.
I finally realized what you mean by that.
Yes. On today's show, as always, we'll catch up on some crypto and Upland market news and then run through our co-host segments. This week, we'll dive headfirst into the river of some recent Upland and community events and try not to get burnt in the process. That'll include the Sunburnt Season Ornaments Challenge, the Stockcar Stress Out, some very welcome changes to Spark requirements for factory manufacturing applications, community reaction to Upland's first official reaction video, and a couple of quips on Upland's community management team and the overall leadership direction. Spicy. We are also back to giving away some UpX prizes here and there, so stick around and see how you can get in on some of that action. Because I kind of reached my savings target, so we're able to sling a few, I was going to say dollars, but a few UpX here and there. All that and more on this, the Upland Development United podcast. All right, let's have a look at the Breaking Badly news, shall we? And see what's currently happening in some of the crypto and Upland market news. Not a whole lot. What do we got? Market cap, crypto market cap up slightly, 1.18 trillion. Bitcoin dominance is up a little bit to 49%. And then the cryptos, a bit like last week, a bit all over the place. But look at your Shib. Look at your Shiba Inu cheese.
Yeah.
You think that's tied to the, remember we covered on the one and two show, the Shiba Metaverse getting released?
Yeah, of course it is. Anything in crypto is a pump and dump. You just have to know when to buy, know when to sell, know when to catch that knife.
Yes. And what else we got there? Not much. A bit all over the place. Bitcoin. It was actually, when I was trying to grab the price, the Bitcoin price was jumping all over the place. You know, it's a couple of $100 here, a couple of $100 there. So I got sick of looking at it and just went, oh, that'll do. So 29,802 for Bitcoin, which is up 2.8% from last week. Ethereum's up a tiny smidge. What else is up? Solana up 3%.
I just want to say something funny. I'm a Futurama fan, and they did crypto mining Bitcoin thing, and it was freaking hilarious because they tied it into actual mining. So when you said Bitcoin, I just remembered that. Go on, I'm sorry.
So good. This is the show to jump in with your biased opinions and your thoughts. So have at it, people. What else is anything else there? Flows down 3%. What else stuck out to me? Oh, Gala's up 2.8%. Nice little boost there. Other than that, Ripple's kind of pulled back a bit, down 8.3% back to 64 cents. Not much happening besides that. As far as Upland goes, still slip sliding away on the 90-day average stats, down 5.9% on the transaction volumes and down 2% this week on the trading volume. Unique active wallets for the week also down 6.7%, just over 56,700. Sorry. And we had 2,487 properties minted through the week. City markets that we cover, you'll see there I've got a couple in red font. Those are the ones that have like locked properties or jailed people on the floors. And Dallas, I've got that marked as uber red because that's just smashed with jailed accounts and stuff, I believe, on the Upex floor, which is kind of a pain in the butt to work through, but
Wow.
Is what it is. But yeah, San Francisco up on the UPX, down on the USD. What else? Same for Manhattan, up on the UPX, down on the USD. Look at Manhattan, under $25 now. Whew. It's kind of crazy.
That is wow. Oh my God.
Yes. So the buy for UPX and sell for USD is hard at it in Manhattan and San Francisco by the looks of it. I'm joining that club myself this week, back in that action. So we'll see how we go. LA is flirting very close to that $3 mark, down 6.1% from last week, down to $3.30. Typically when cities hit that $3 mark, they stay there. Pretty hard to come off the $3. So we'll have to wait and see how that all pans out. What else is happening? Santa Clara down 16% on the UPX, just under 25,000, and down almost 13% on the USD. Was $12.98 this week, down $11.50. But look at Rutherford. Rutherford is pumping.
Oh yeah, right after it dumped.
Yep. So last week it was 26,750 UPX, up 23.5% to just under 35,000, and was $13 last week, up 12.8% to just under $15 this week. So a bit all over the place. So yeah, I'll as I said, I'm going to be joining the buy for UPX and sell for USD club this week. So I may be able to report on, like, some of these, the numbers look really good in some of these cities, but you buy one for UPX and try and sell it on the floor for USD, and it just sits there for days and days and days and days. So some of them are far more liquid than others. Pretty much you list anything in San Francisco and it gets gobbled up immediately. At least that's my experience. So see how we go. Other than that, what's been happening in Upland this week, Chase?
Oh my God. So many things. Uplando. Oh wait, I forgot he's not here.
He's not in
I did that on purpose. All right. All right. So we have a few updates from Lizette yesterday, late in the day, regarding racing. Players are now able to participate in the interactive race with all cars, not just karts. Players you'll need to update your apps. So I guess, like, if you play on a phone, make sure there's no updates. If you play on a computer, refresh, as I keep my computer on all the time. And I forget to do that sometimes. Directory has moved from quick menu to global search pop-up, adding 2 new categories: dev shops and cafes. Metaventure applications in City Hall. Now we found this out talking with Lizette and X1 last night in the general chat. You are no longer obligated. You no longer have to have five Spark available to apply for a factory.
Yeah, previously you have to have it unstaked for the entirety of the application process, which was just all shades of dumb. So yeah, good to see they got that fixed up. So, which is a classic, because we just got done making a whole bunch of stuff in our factory, and I unstaked 10 Spark so I could apply for 2 factories, and then what do you know? Yada yada yada.
Well, this is a good thing.
Ultimately, it's a very good thing. Yeah, it had to.
Yes.
Happen. Yes, so that's good.
Also, Sunburnt Season Ornament Challenge is back. Is now. It's officially started on Friday, August 11th, 9 a.m. During this challenge, players will earn points by completing specific activities in Upland to be entered into 4 daily drawings, where each point will be equal to 1 entry for the drawing. There will be 4 daily drawings, daily drawing periods, giving you multiple chances to win one of the first 2 ever Sunburnt Season structure ornaments.
Yeah, what do you think of those? What do you think of them?
I'm saving for Japan. I don't know what to do with this. I'm sure it's some sort of activity where you have to spend money.
Well, it's interesting that
time.
this is the part that stuck out to me. I like that part. It's important to note that these new ornaments will not be available for purchase on the primary market. So that's kind of cool. The only way you can get these is to complete the competition. So the way that you can do it is use sends, mint a property, sell or buy a property, which is basically just play the game. So
yeah, let me see that rooftop thing. Scroll down a bit.
this one,
Yeah, they're all so cute. Oh my god.
yeah, it's kind of cool. So
Yeah.
I like this because what that does is opens it up straight to the UGC creators to, because famously, if you applied for a structure ornament, there were certain, categories like this that you could submit designs for. Is anybody actually manufacturing structure ornaments yet?
That was another question that Lizette's looking in to me right now. I have it next on my list. I'll talk about it now since you brought it up. So I was approved for a factory, and I submitted a bunch of really cool stuff to be approved, and they have a new thing where you can check for errors, so everything is like really streamlined now. It's really cool. But this was July 21st, so I'm still waiting to hear back when I can actually manufacture this.
Yeah, that's map assets. Yep. How about, do we know if anybody's actually manufacturing structure ornaments? Anybody got a lead on that?
I have manufactured.
Oh,
well,
there's Jack.
hi.
Hi.
Hi. Wait, I will do video, but I will look a bit like
Yay.
Hi.
You look like a superstar.
I have manufactured them. Well, not in my own factory. Somehow only Mike got my ornaments in and not in my own factory, even though it's approved. But we manufactured for Genesis Week, and Mano Miyoto also manufactured for Genesis, and there was another one. But it's for the ornaments, it says already that it takes 60 days at least.
Mm-hmm.
And so far we are over. I have 8 designs through Mike handed in 2 colors, where so I'm 16 designs in with 1 approved.
60 days?
Yeah, but most are now over 60 days. But it says like the standard is 60 days.
What?
Yeah.
So
that is awful.
It's kind of like,
I don't know if it's awful. I would be good if it would be 60 days. So I don't care if it's like 60 days or 100 days or like 500 days. But it would be good because because ornaments are season bound. So
yep,
that makes it difficult. But yeah.
But once it's approved and you're manufacturing them, you can sell them at any stage, right? It's just that the people can't actually use them. So yeah.
True.
So it'll be like us with our map assets, where we made Halloween sign, we made Christmas stuff, but we submitted it all well in advance of those events in 2022. But it's going to be yada yada yada, and it's not till 2023 before it's all meshes in. Yeah, 60 days seems like what you're saying there. That's the minimum. Wow.
Well, they say it's the like the average, but that's so far not true. And so the difficulty with ornaments is that they cannot be used outside of the season, and that Upland is also distributing ornaments related to those seasons. So they push out theirs first, and then after that approve the factory. So hopefully it's just like the starting issues that there are now, and they will figure a way out. I think there should be like this is counterintuitive saying it, but I think there should be some sort of max of putting amount of designs putting in per factory, because they just have a way too big backlog right now. They have too many designs pending and not enough people for them to approve. So
Yeah, hopefully those kind of automated processes they've started to put in, hopefully they flesh those out a bit more. You're sucking your teeth. You don't look very confident.
I just no comment.
No, speak freely. Speak freely.
Yeah, I know what happens if we speak freely.
No,
Yes.
I'll stop you like I did yesterday.
I got myself in too much trouble already with the Metaventure application.
Nice.
I have a question.
Oh yeah, go for it.
So my question is, since Upland always push their this dog, by the way. So
Dog.
since Upland pushes their ornaments out by season, does the player base ornaments or designs have to be seasonal? Because the reason I ask that question is because that's if Upland is pushing seasonal designs, right? How come players can't push out all year round? Just a
There are
question.
seasons. I can post them. Wait, I can share the.
Yeah, it's my understanding that that once those items are approved for manufacture within those factories, that they can build them and they can sell them as crates, and the users can buy them, but then they won't be able to actually put them on their buildings until those kind of fixed seasonal periods. So I think they should be able to still, you should be able to still buy, sell, trade. It's just that you can't actually use it.
Right. No, I got that, Ben. But what I'm getting at is I got it that, of course, it's Upland's game, right? And so Upland has the monopoly on seasonal ornaments, right?
I see what you mean.
That means, yeah, exactly. So players have to compete with that. How come players just can't sell them and you can use them all year round? Because they're not going to be the same as Upland.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things we talked about with DTech when he was setting up for the DTech workshop thing was like, we had different ideas for a whole bunch of different seasons, but yeah, it appears that you can only build to whatever it is. No, there's Jack shaking her head.
No, you can put in a request for a different season, but so far
nice.
none are like got in. But in the form, it actually has a thing that says you have a wait. I will pull.
Oh, you muted yourself.
Well, that's good. Good question, dog. And thank you for being on, Des. Otherwise, I would have just rambled off with just absolute nonsense.
All
No
this
problem.
fake
Thank you
news
for
I need
letting
to
me
stop
talk.
here. No, I'm kidding. I think there's a period so you have to give like a name and a description of why you think that season should be there, and then there's like a time frame you have to give with it, because so far they were very clear on that they will never have ornaments that are not seasonal. And they actually had one which was the Ukraine flag ornament, but they actually put it in a season now. It wasn't in a season at first, but it is in one now.
All right, so it appears that there is an avenue there for that to happen, but like all of these things, it may be going in the eventually box. Yeah. Yes, but now that you say that, yeah, I do remember Cheese and DTech and I did have those discussions when we were trying to come up with different kind of themes and stuff. When we wasn't it like Bread Day and all sorts of weird stuff. We were looking up all sorts of abstract ones because, you know, if you are a structure ornament manufacturer and you want to distinguish yourself, well, it'll be cool to have, you know, an event that nobody else is really covering. So that's very good. Bread Day. Yeah, I forget what it was. Maybe Cheese remembers. Do you remember some of the abstract ones we're thinking about?
No.
I don't know. I'd have to go back and have a look through.
So, but yeah, I did regarding the map assets, I did ask Lizette, and I brought it up in Upland General about how long it takes from submission to being able to actually manufacture them, and Lizette said she was going to look into it for me. So hopefully, you know, that gets streamlined quickly. Also, incoming dev shop release, Lands Battle. Oh, that's who I forgot to message. Musita.
Oh, that's right. That was his one from Genesis Week, wasn't it?
Yes, Land Battle is a card game where the cards are upland properties. The cards then battle each other by comparing their attributes, like mint price up to collections, and its designation as a home address within Upland. Now you can go into the website and you can create your deck, but the only place you can go to play as of now is London, unfortunately, until more dev shops come up. So we'll see when that happens, but
Is that gambling for pink slips, that one? Like, are you gambling your properties? Or how does it work? I haven't looked into it myself.
Basically they take every aspect of the card, which is your properties, and they put it into consideration for a win. Dog, oh my god, dog, that looks so delicious. So like I said, they use the up to, they use the mint price, they use
okay.
if it's a home address and whatnot. So
So it's kind of like Pokemon stats, which you get so many points for having different aspects. That's cool. And there's a wager aspect to it too, I suppose.
Yes, I know Umbrella Boy's in there. I tried to play a game with him, but then I realized I wasn't in London. And his wager was 500 UPX.
Nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of Umbrella, I like his suggestion back in chat there. He said, what did he say? It would be cool if there was a chaos season where you could use any ornament. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Ah.
That'd be fun.
That would be, yeah.
Yes. And now, did you get involved in the Stockcar stress test? You were kind of thinking it was 50K was on the line.
Yeah, it wasn't enough.
No? Anybody get involved in that? No, too stressful.
Yeah, so I went over there. It was a hot mess.
Really? Tell us more.
So trying to load in, man, it took, I think, like 10, 15 minutes to load in. And when you did load in, all I saw was the up on the screen inside of the cafe. All I saw was the cars. That was it. Like it was like a still picture of cars. And from what I heard, there was no way they really didn't capture who was in attendance, because, I think it was 50 players was the cap, and then you got put into another a different session or whatever. So somebody asked the other day, like, hey, how do I know if I'm competing or not? And the answer was I don't really know what it was, but I mean, I can't recall verbatim is what I'm trying to say, but it basically was like there was no way to capture the attendance from what I gather from that.
Oof, that could get messy.
So, yeah, I actually and then people got kicked out. I got kicked out. It was like loss of service, trying to reconnect, and I think that happened to me 3 times, and I was just like, you know what, I'm out of here.
I'm out. Yes, so Nessa said the same thing. Got kicked in and out of the cafe about 6 times, but kept being kicked out due to freezing issues and error codes. And he called it a day. Well, at least he had a crack. So hopefully all that information will get back to him. It was supposed to be a stress test. So sounds like it was stressful. So what more can you ask for? All right, TB, I think we're ready for you. Unless there's anything else we want to touch on, Cheese?
Nope. I'm done. Stick a fork in me.
Nice. Over to you, TB. What's happening in Metaverse?
Alrighty, it's going to be a fairly quick one this week because not much is happening at all, unless we want to talk about why not much is happening. The majority of the sales this week are down into the single or low double digit figures for most of the things, which is pretty notable for its lack of movement. The only stuff that's really been moving is sort of a steady trickle of NFLPA stuff. Moving at around sort of about 50 to 60 a day on average. And then obviously the FIFA stuff has been still fairly popular. We're looking at, I think on the best day there was about 1,800 transactions, but they are more sitting around the 500 level. But there is at least a little bit of movement going on there. I don't know how much of the spike a couple of days ago is attributable to the US's early departure from the competition versus how much of it is to do with Upland's competitions and things that they've been running. But all in all, it's been pretty quiet. I've not really seen any major trends in price or anything like that. I think everything's kind of stabilizing in that sense, which arguably is good. I think people who are willing to let stuff go for cheap have pretty much, let that happen and they're done. And people who have stuff now are just kind of sitting, waiting to see what happens. I know I have a whole bunch of cars on the forecourt of my showroom in Vegas that are just sort of gathering dust at the moment because I'm not willing to sell them at the prices that cars are going for.
Yep.
I think it's a pretty stagnant market, but the one positive I would take from that is that there's no massive crashing and burning going on within those markets. So I think they have sort of hit their magic number in most cases.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because we've had so many more MetaVenture applications being approved. So you have kind of a limited supply being diluted with way more showrooms or, shops basically. So it's kind of interesting that the markets haven't moved that far down.
It's interesting that there doesn't seem to be any correlation between the number of new MetaVentures that have opened and the number of sales, which... Yeah, if you put it onto an average of sales per showroom, it would suggest that actually the average number of sales is going down quite dramatically. But I don't have access to the actual numbers of showrooms that have grown into the Upland metaverse over the last few weeks. But just by dots on the map, you can guesstimate that they've been going up relatively quickly. So I'm suspecting that there's a lot of people who are just not really quite sure what to do with their MetaVentures now that they've got them. What with the sort of lack of interest from people wanting to come and buy them. I think that the thing that Upland were talking about a way back about being able to purchase things without having to travel to the city, so long as you have a property in that city, I think that will make a big difference if and when that comes. But I think mostly what we can all agree is that cats are more entertaining than me.
No. Rob, sorry, no, Joe was just slapping me for not having screen share ready, that's all. And then Angela polled on. I'm just getting beaten up in chat.
Brutal.
Yes. Yeah, that's good. So there's not much happening in the car market, you said, gathering dust. You need to get out there and virtually wash them, shine them up, get one of those... there's an idea for a map asset. Get one of those wavy hand things.
Oh yeah, giant
spinners.
Giant hand.
Yeah, sign spinners. Something going on. Yes,
I'd totally do that if I thought it was going to get approved in the next year or so.
Oh my gosh, me too.
Sorry, I'm being sassy today.
No,
I love it. I love
this
it.
is the burnt episode, so go for it. All right. Well, while we've still got you, is there anything else you're hanging out for or you're looking forward to? You're just plodding along?
The last couple of weeks have definitely been a bit of a plod along for me. I've focused a bit more on Upland Kingdoms, to be honest. Like that, I found the gameplay there was proving to be a little more entertaining. Although when that also crashed and burned last week for a bit, it sort of got me distracted, and I haven't gone back to it properly yet. But it's quite interesting watching that develop as a concept and seeing some parallels with Upland and how it's sort of mimicking it in some ways and improving on it in others. But that's been my focus. Pretty much all I've been doing in terms of spending my limited UpEx recently is just picking up cheap properties. I picked a few up at auctions from people who hadn't repaid loans from House of Spark, which was a pretty good deal. I got some London props well under mint in UpEx, which was nice. Basically I spent all my UpEx picking up auction things, so I've got nothing if Tokyo launches tomorrow, that's for sure.
I know. Yes. Well, that's a kind of a good point too. Maybe, Cheese, we might need to advertise, see if anybody wants to be interested in taking over a Layer 2 updates host. There's plenty of Layer 2 games on now.
Oh,
So if you're
yeah.
somebody out there who's fully engaged in all the Layer 2 projects and you want to get involved, hit us
That's
up.
a good point. Yeah.
Hit us up. All right. Don't forget to get your plug in there, TB.
Yeah, head on over to Fremont Fanatics and pick yourself up some lovely legits. I've got a few in there from players that are in this chat window right now. So help out some fellow friends and go and do a little shopping for some very affordable legits.
All right. Thank you very much, mate. I don't believe we've got Dak in. You see him anywhere, Cheese? I don't think I saw him. I had a quick look.
don't. I sent him a DM too.
All right. I think there may be something going on with the URL and the ninjas, the Hyde Park Ninjas. I think they've got some kind of live stream going on, so he might be over there. I have to wait and see.
Alright.
All right, yeah. As far as I'm aware, not much happening with cars other than the announcement we just saw from the set about them. So that's kind of cool to see that all come through. When are we expecting the first stock cars are going to be released for sale? Because that's something we're going to, that's of interest to you, you're going to have to say for that. We've kind of got three major things hanging over us. Is the Tokyo release, Totems and Protems, and also the stock cars being released for sale. Jesus. Crunching a nose up, shaking head. Too hard
I always
basket.
feel like you're gonna say scrotum or something.
Scrotum? No.
Because
So,
it's like,
yes.
yeah, it's a missed opportunity. I feel. CJ's here with the nipples out. He was jealous because last time it was Rob.
Yeah,
Rob
that
took
was
his
in the-
nipple game.
That was in the pre-show. Yeah. CJ,
Yeah.
he does it in the actual show. He's not shy.
Yeah, he doesn't. Oh, Rob, that's the
There you go. Challenge is set.
challenge.
All right, we'll see. Dak may jump in later and we'll flip it on over to him. If not, we'll chug along and we'll catch up next week. All right, speaking of Joe, I think that brings us over to Joe and Rob. How are we doing this morning, boys?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Doing good. Doing good, thanks.
We're doing a lot better if Dak is messing with the Hyde Park Ninjas, though, because they don't
I
mess
know.
around.
Oh, ooh.
So anyway, welcome to the 39th edition of.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Thank you, Cheese. Anyway, first on the docket is Dark Country. It's a trading card game. Dark Country Cursed standard packs are $5.99 and are still available in Atomic Hub drops, is where you can find them pretty easy. That opened this last Wednesday on the 2nd. It's a card game and it features 40 handcrafted, highly detailed and vibrant, eerie artworks.
I love
That's
it.
cool.
Journey through the fusion of the Wild West and dark witchcraft, where gothic Western characters and creatures intertwine in a powerful narrative. And each card, not only a captivating work of art, of course, is also playable. So gotta love at least having utility right away. So yeah, that's about Dark Country a little bit.
And the next thing we're showing off here is Snail Soup Transcendence for Breadly Toast. And this is by BDB. I like his name. Both style, I know they're both friends with Robert Bone and kind of, I think, use him as an influence or at least are influenced by him. I think it's pretty cool. Down here in the link, he's got 15% of this is going to Breadly Toast.
That's cool.
Yeah, and there's 75 wax. There's only 10 of them. This guy creates some pretty cool stuff. You should check him out. Again, it's BDB. This is the collection right here, and the link will be in the description. And speaking of Mr. Breadly Toast, if you can kind of see the similarity in the styles a little bit.
Yep.
This is a blend that is part of the Stingers collection. And that's what we covered last week. It's got like 12 different or 11 different wax artists. And this is a special version. There's only 33 of these available. And the way that you do that is you get some of these stickers here, and then you blend them right here. So you'll go down and you can autofill and blend, and you'll get your awesome little breadly toast sticker here, or stinger blend. And this is available. The blend starts on Wednesday at noon Pacific Standard Time.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, next isn't so much an NFT project other than just like a combining with our NFT project. I want to talk a little bit about like Matilda Studios. They just kind of announced a partnership with Upland.
Yes.
So with that being said, sorry, someone just came to my house. That being said, let's go over the founders. The first founder, Leonardo Cohen. He has been involved with technology for 20 years in creative, corporate, and sports markets specifically. Like, I guess he's been involved with FIFA and like World Rugby and whatnot. And so I guess he also owns or a co-founder to Block4, which is a white label NFT platform, and that is the biggest seller in Brazil, actually. So,
wow.
Yes, I see some connections at least. And then the next founder, there's only three to mention. So, is Yanni Pattinen, and I guess he has also worked with EA, Western Studios, House Marquee, and Remedy Entertainment. And he's founded a game studio in China, is what's listed for him. And I guess he's also involved in a bunch of other, like, doing, oh, excuse me. The next one is, I have a hard time pronouncing this name, but Chirimeni. Sorry, I did not do good in Spanish class.
Yeah,
right?
I had to say old mate.
Yes. Anyway, he's a founder and advisor, and he is a head of sports for Twitter Brazil. So it sounds like they have a lot of connections to Brazil. He also does consulting work for Coca-Cola, Facebook, among others. So some of their goals is they are here to create amazing experiences, specifically in the pay-to-earn gaming, the cross-platform for mobile, web, and consoles, where engaging NFT collections with utility is a cornerstone of their business. And they have groundbreaking in-house tech that leverages their game tokenomics, as well as Web 2 and Web 3, where they bridge the two and connect Web 3 games to mainstream Web 2 distribution channels.
So is the thinking here with the Upland partnership, is the thinking here that this may be one of the first like arcades that have been mentioned? Like this is going to be a layer 2 of a whole bunch of games?
Yes, it could be that, or I don't know. I'm excited to see like what it's going to be exactly. It could be a mixture of both. You know, whether they're going to help Upland like connect to everything, or if they're going to, you know, add on to the gaming side of it.
That's cool.
So,
I like it. It looks like a battle royal.
Yeah, it does look pretty cool.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, so welcome to the tea party. Grab yourself a Dreaming of Tea pack from Sune. These are 40 wax, $2 each. This person's just breaking out into the wax NFTs. Again, I'm trying to get new people and find new stuff and be supportive. I did get one of the promo packs at NFtopia. So this person is involved. This comes with 2 NFTs per pack. And the drop is at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Thursday, this August 10th. And I'm not sure. It sounds like Rob may have had to deal with something. Is that true, Rob? Are you?
Yes, I've pulled it off here.
All right.
You just ended with skate coin though, correct?
No,
Oh,
no.
Excuse me, I'm
We're-
sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
I did have something to deal with for a second there. So yes, I just wanted to get on the right track here. We had Nova Pangea release some creature packs, and well, actually, excuse me, they released them for some whitelisted accounts. So it looks like they're selling a little bit of those before they come out to the public, and that is going to be tomorrow at 3 p.m. UTC or 7 a.m. PST. So if you're interested in picking up one of they have 6 rounds: Earth, Shadow, Time, Light, Water, and Space. And there's 1,650 Novo, which is their currency, are approximately $23. So yeah, this was a new thing. Joe informed me on this one. So thank you, Joe. But yeah, this would be a good time to pick up one of these creature packs because you got a chance to get like a pretty good character in this one, what I was researching. So and then you get 2 NFTs. The second one would be either 100 obsidian, which is like another currency of sorts, and 40% will be one of those, and then you have 50% chance of getting an unskilled worker, which are useful, and but you could also get a creature farm if you're lucky, 10%. So yeah, I posted a link to look at that water one. So that's what the water creature looks like in all its glory. Cornshila. I don't know if that's correct pronunciation, but I like saying it like that. But yeah, pretty nice graphics, I think. But yeah, learning about this one still.
All right. Okay, and we're on to the skate coin. So this is the skate coin's new drop, and this is the Munster deck. Nope, not Munster cheese, but I think it's like the Munsters, even though it's spelled a little different. Maybe someone can correct me. Although it does look like a little Eddie Munster here in the background, kind of, but like a skater version. So I know we've covered this guy's magazine, some other stuff. So these are available. A lot of his drops are available in skate coin. And you can go to his website and you can stake your skate coin, your NFTs to earn to earn skate coin. So I think I might do that just to kind of experiment with it and see how it is, and then I'll report back. But yeah, that's what's going on with skate coin.
Yes, sir.
Do you know, real quick question, do you know the like how much skate coin to wax it would be?
You know what? I just happen to have this right here.
Cool.
Let's see. I'll do it real quick right for it. Let's see. Skate. Oops.
There it is.
Yeah, let's make it 1. And obviously this is Alcor, right? So it's different. So 1 skate coin is 0.077 wax.
All right, that's not too crazy bad.
Yeah. So, and I did notice like he sells some for 1,000 skate coin, and you know that or 100 wax. So if you were to transfer your wax into skate coin, you would get a discount if you did it. If you know what I mean.
Not I mean, jelly bean.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Anyway, let's not forget about 2 of our favorites we mentioned, Chair, and they actually have quite a few. Well, I shouldn't say quite a few. It's like 6 available.
Which way are you sitting on this? Because I could picture this being very scary for a man.
Looks good for looks good for a school chair. Stop leaning back in your chair.
Yeah. So yeah, those are for sale right now.
Yeah, none of the boys are sitting backwards in these.
Yeah.
Sure.
If you're listening on the Spotify, it's a guillotine chair, just so you know.
Where like something, long and cylinder can fit into if you sit on it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for the vision.
Way to stay PG.
And then second on on this list is Catterday Cat Stickers drops her newest kitty at 11 a.m. PST.
Yay.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
All right. And then for those people who bought Karen PFPs or Mesme, who I gave one to,
forgot.
or I didn't give it, she won it, let's say.
Yeah.
He's got a farm set up right now, and they are paying 0.2 wax per hour. So
Wow.
yeah, I popped mine in the other day, and I've already got, I don't know, I think 80 wax or something from it. So
Jeez,
it's
wow.
yeah, so the link will be in the description, and I recommend you get your stuff staked and get some loot back. It's cool they're sharing back with the community, you know.
Yeah.
Milky Karens.
That's right. And on that note, we're gonna end this edition of
You thought man, that was well done.
Thank you.
Well done. Oh my god, you threw me off.
Nice. Now, the question is, Rob, when you had a visitor at the door, was that a shirt on moment or a shirt off moment that we interrupted? That's the big question.
I had it on this time.
Ah,
Yeah. Sorry to disappoint.
that's not very spicy. All right. Thank you very much for that, boys. There's a few things to dig in there. A couple I'm going to check out myself because I did have a sale come through this week. So I've got a few wax sitting there, burning a hole in my pocket. And if I don't get rid of it, I'll just buy up some more elves or something stupid. So I'll have to check that one out. Links, of course, will be in the description. Anybody else got anything they want to chat about before we dive into a few more different things? Anything else on anybody's radar? Podex says in chat, my ass hurts. Nice. AA's asked, so Karens are cool now. Yes. Yes, when weren't they? There you go. Yeah.
Should we give him a chance to defend that comment a little better?
I think we just leave it hanging like that.
Look at his face.
Yes. I told you this is going to be a bit spicy, so we'll see how we go. All right, so we covered the Sunburnt Season Ornaments Challenge. We covered the Stockcar. We covered the Spark. What are we up to? Ah, yes, community reaction to Upland's first official reaction video. Anybody have a gander at that through, when was it? Yesterday or the day before? It might have been yesterday, was it, that it dropped? I don't know. Cheese, did you have a look? What do you think?
All right, so there has been some back and forth on this yesterday in the Upland general chat. Des brought up that there because in the video X1 said that the backlog is cleared. And that everybody who applied have been able to get a MetaVenture. So Des brought it up that this is in fact not true.
Absolutely.
It's not cleared.
Yeah.
And they're looking in on it. It could they made mention that it could be an email issue where the person isn't receiving emails or such and such. Go ahead, Des, take it away.
Yep. Nope.
So that no comment lasted for a minute, I think. I really tried. That's bullshit. Can I say that?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. You say whatever you want.
Okay. Because it is not an email issue, because
Nope.
people got emails back. It's their own, like, I don't know how you call it, like they store their data wrong, or I don't know how their inbox works, but it's not true. And I also know it's not true because I've been telling them every single week since they made a false promise about when they would be in. Okay, so far.
Yes, and
my
I can
comment.
back that up too. I have a structure ornament one that I got the immediate response and like, yes, it's all good. You should hear back in the next couple of days. And that was like months ago. So, and I did follow up with an email and nothing back. So it's definitely not an email inbox issue. I think that was Dr. Tid. Were you going to jump in? Sorry, I cut somebody else off. I have 3 more without response, Dr. Tid says in chat. So yeah, the backlog is definitely not cleared. Yeah. So maybe
I have now 15 people that are still part of the backlog that followed all the steps and like nicely went back to all these places over and over again. Lisette has them now. I suggested that I would give them a list. I suggested a couple of times already, but this time she accepted it.
Yep.
So hopefully it will do something. So if you are part of the old system, so not the City Hall application system for your meta venture, you're still waiting and you nicely did all the things and all the steps that they suggested, but it's still not there, you can send me a DM and I will like group them all together.
Oh, good on you, mate. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I shall be sending you a DM with my info.
Definitely. I need the name of the shop and your in-game name. But
Yep.
that I obviously know, but
Perfect.
Yeah, I will say, I feel like I got my factory because of Desjack, and I appreciate the shit out of that. Thank you so freaking much.
I'm not angry with the Upland. Well, I'm not,
You could be angry. They like
I
anger
can
is
be angry,
allowed.
but it's not like it's not to kind of like throw dirt at them, but I don't
Frustrated.
really yeah, it's
Yeah.
frustrating, and then I don't like public comments from the team members that it's cleared when
Yep.
it's clearly not cleared. Like that part kind of frustrates because they know that people have been waiting for months or even years, and they flew, like they paid Apex to take a flight even though they did nothing wrong, but Upland lost their stuff, and then like the public comments about it, that kind of like that triggers me a bit. I think that's very not necessary.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the parts in the video where I was like, what? So yeah, maybe we're gonna have a reaction video to the reaction video. I wonder who the first person's gonna do a reaction.
Oh
reaction.
my god, that's a great freaking
I
idea.
told X1, like, should I put it in a YouTube video? Like,
Yeah.
will we like can we talk there?
Yeah.
But whoever does make this reaction video, please try not to make any personal like statements or attacks. But I would love to freaking see that.
We should actually make like a whole train. So then like we should like almost like plan it out. Like you do this one and I'll react to you and then I'll react to you.
Community reaction video. Yes.
The
Nice.
longest reaction chain
my
ever made. Like we
God.
should like get into the Guinness World Records.
Nice. Yeah, so
That
that
would
was
be
definitely one of the
amazing.
points that stuck out to me as well. Anybody else have anything before I go on a rant? No. So the other thing that kind of stuck out to me was, it's fine to say that Upland is evolving. That's cool. We use that terminology all the time. Like at the moment, we're booting everybody out of the UDU server and the MBE server, and we're evolving over to the MBA. So I get that. I didn't really like the whole part where it was like, oh yeah, utility for buildings, that's all on layer 2 now. Well, I've been banging on about that for ages. Like, all they would have to do is put some kind of dividend boost for having a building put up, 5%, 10%, whatever it is. And then that would completely just negate all of the FUD associated with that, just completely palming it off to layer 2. I don't think that's a good look. I kind of get it, but you want to focus on other things, and they say it is a property trading game first and foremost. Well, you should be able to do something within the layer 1. At the moment, all it is apply for Meta Ventures, and we've just spoken about that process. X1 did go into details about all of the improvements that have happened with, that process. And as Cheese has covered, a lot of it has been improved. There's still a lot to be improved. So that was kind of the only two things that really stuck out to me. Is there anything else that nagged at your, Cheese?
What are you talking about? I kind of went blank.
The
There's
reaction video.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it. All right. What's
I
pretty-
saw it and I'm
video.
like,
There's a first reaction video already on the reaction video.
Is
I
there?
just
Oh,
got
awesome.
Yeah, I just got a ping from like YouTube thingies. Upland Guide made a video about Upland responding.
Nice.
But I'm not. So let the chain begin.
Let the chain
Yeah,
begin.
I went back and forth on it. When I first saw it, I was like, 41 minutes. Oh my
yeah,
God,
it was
really?
really long.
And then
2x speed.
I
2x
was-
speed.
yeah, and then I was like, I can work on something. Listen in the background, calm down. And I was like, this cannot be good. But at the end of it, I thought I felt better actually a little bit about how things are going. And I thought it was a good response overall. And then I will say, about a couple hours later, I saw the Jack's response and was like, Ow!
Oh shit.
But so that kind of
Uh-oh.
changed it a little too. But again, it's I think it's good that it gets called out, that kind of stuff. But it's good to see that they're responding to that. And I don't know, it did give me a little hope with the Spark stuff. He kept intimating that like, ooh, this is right around the corner. And they've done stuff like that before, but I've never kind of seen him or seen them be like, just wait, like this is it, like, you know what I mean? So for me, that's how I reacted to it.
Yeah, that was kind of my takeaway too. Was apart from those few things where were a bit face palmy, it was well done. The overall the way it was done was good. X1, some of the stuff he covered on was really good. It was, I think somebody in chat here, or maybe I read it in general, it was like it was more informative than their usual AMA videos. So it was actually pretty good, all in all. Just those, some of those fact checking kind of bits and pieces. So yes. And chat's going off. Des Jack for president. Nice.
Yeah. So Umbrella said on the plus side was cautiously encouraging.
Yep.
Confirmation that transpired. An additional Spark utility was coming. What Joe said. I'll probably watch it. I do like that he did it. I do think there's definitely a lot of room for improvement with X1. I think he should listen more to Des Jack. She's incredibly smart, intelligent, knows what she's doing, has a huge following in the community, should be president of community council. That other one that transpired was so dumb. Should have just gave it directly to Des Jack. I'm getting some past fumes out of my way. But yeah, I think, someone who is trying to help you in regards to what the community needs, you should definitely respect and at least, kind of confirm that you got their point. It is really hard to kind of get ghosted. I know how that feels. a lot. Yeah, it's like there are like the buddies that get it right away, but like the important ones get lost underneath the carpet, which sucks. So I just definitely want to put my 2 cents in to say that that whole argument could have not happened if he would have said something like, most of them went through, we still have a few that we need to work with.
And it's not like, I know that they probably just got the wrong data. They just asked is the backlog cleared? Yes, it's cleared. And then that's where they go off on. He's not in the Meta Ventures team, but it's it's usually for me, the only issues I have with Upland are communication issues. I think a lot of I don't even care how much stuff goes wrong or what, but it's just one line of text could make the difference. As long as they are clear and open about it, then it's not an issue at all. And I really try to be I'm open to not making a whole public fuss about it, because it's not necessary. Wasn't the whole discussion wasn't necessary, but because I don't get through to them without the whole setting general on fire and handing out popcorn to everyone, then it's just it's a way to go for me to get things through to them, I feel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cheese,
and
one last
thing. So Mesme said, when are we going to hear about our racetracks? Haven't been denied yet. I personally wasn't either. I know they're bringing them out every so often, one by one, but in their usual surprise, you got a racetrack, no email. I really wish that changed, because everything I ever got was told to me by a community member, mostly Nuvex. Hey, congratulations. I'm like, on what? He's like, oh, you got a showroom. Oh, congratulations, you got another showroom. I'm like, what? So you let us know, throw us a bone. So yeah, but other than that, Upland is still my number one. I'm not gonna lie about that. It's still my happy place. It still brought me the community and friends I have. Yeah. So keep. I've been playing Fallout lately. See, you got to cover the mushroom cloud. All right. Sorry, go ahead.
And Slav said in chat too, you know, no news is good news. So with your meta venture application up to a point, yeah, I think that's true.
Yeah.
All right, I've pressed a button here. I don't know how to get out of this. I think the racetrack things are different than the normal meta venture process. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure you told her nothing. AA. I'm sure she knows everything and anything. Sorry.
All right. I just lost everything for a second there, so I was screwed. All right, unless anybody else has anything they want to cover there. Yeah, like I said, I think it was good that they did it. It was done really well. You know, it'll be interesting to see some of the reactions to the reactions. So we'll take it from there. And I wonder if this is a new thing that they're going to start doing often, or this is a once-off. I have to wait and see. All right, I mentioned at the start of the show that we had a couple of spicy QIPS that's kind of related to what we're talking about. So if you don't know, QIPS stands for questions, insights, provocations, and statements. If at any stage you have some Upland or UDU related QIPS that we could dive into on the UDU podcast, let us know via the Google form link in the description. And if you add your username, well, you get yourself a prize as part of that. So this week we got a double dose from Angry Ursia, who firstly asks, do we overvalue the Upland community managers team? They are not tied into the answers we want. They can access the teams with answers, but are probably restricted from sharing the information anyway.
I can see that.
Is the CM team overvalued?
No.
No, I don't think so.
No. Oh my God, no. I mean, especially not Lizette. Every time I need to ask her a question or even talk about stuff, she's always there. I mean, of course, you know, she's busy. She has her family, she has her kids, she has her job, you know, but whenever she can, she gets back to you.
Yep.
And I think that's extremely valuable.
Yeah. What Angry said there is, it's kind of true. Like, they're restricted from the information they can share, but you know, the alternative, I guess, is to go and play any other game that's out there. And how much access do you have to community managers and this, that, and the other thing? Not much. It's pretty thin on the ground. I think the Upland team, by and by, does a pretty good job with what they have to work with. I don't know. Does anybody have a straw man argument to that? The flip side? Yes, Lieutenant Dan got a promotion. That got a whole bunch of people's noses out of joint. That was interesting to see the rage that kicked off with that.
I don't know why. I mean, he's been with Upland for as long as he has. He does the show. It was a promotion of what, social media?
Internally, yeah. I think he may have taken over the spot from, who was it that left? Not Spud. What do I think? Spud. Somebody. Mort. Yeah. Mort.
All right. So what's wrong with that?
Yeah, well, the alternative is you get somebody else brand new in who has no idea about it. So, you know, there's always pros and cons to these things. So, I don't know. Nobody else wants to rage. There's always a bit of rage out there about community managers.
Man, you're giving me heartburn.
No? Steel man? Straw man? Nobody? Steel woman? Straw woman?
Where's my Tums? I can't.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I think they do a pretty good job with what they got going on. Some people, such as the set, as you mentioned, they appear to go above and beyond, you know, with what they can do. So I'd rather sit in silence and smile and wave. Yeah, sometimes that's the best approach to take. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. Yeah. All right, so that was one. The second one that Angry Ursia brought up. Also asked, is the Upland leadership following the plan/white paper? I believe, meaning they believe, Dirk mentioned in some interviews the delicate balance of available properties and user demand/need. Should they be waiting for gates where new content is only released when a certain % of all available property is minted? That goes back to like the San Francisco, Manhattan days. Or maybe some kind of weighted average based on total unminted value, total unminted properties, and active players, ? I guess the main point is there, is the leadership team following the white paper?
I would like to point to the last AMA that never happened, because it got kerfuffled, but there was an after conversation, and Des was a big part of that. And she asked that question about the white paper. Do you want to take this one, Des? Put you on the spot.
Wait, what? Sorry, I missed it.
It was a white paper conversation. They said, are they following the white paper? And I remember you had this convo.
Yeah, I asked Idan about it in the not official, but in the end official AMA. Because I wondered if they are going to change the or update the white paper, because there are so many new parts of it now and stuff that's different, and like voting is not a part of it. There are a bunch of stuff that's not in there that you would expect to be in a white paper. But he actually said, no, they are not planning to update it, because I don't know if I'm quoting him correctly, but what I felt like he said was that if you are a company like Apple or Facebook or something like large scale, you don't need a white paper.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember him saying that. He said it's mostly for new projects coming out to see like their progress to what they will be. And he feels that Upland is past the white paper. But if you want to get a better understanding, that conversation was recorded, and Upland did put that conversation out.
It's on YouTube, yeah.
It's kind of weird thing to say, because in the white paper it does have a disclaimer: this document is not final and will be updated from time to time, or just completely ignored.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty normal, even if it's like an established project, especially if it's something blockchain related, then to have that as like a fixed thing, that at least what's in there you can count on. So there will not be like super specific tiny, like there will be nothing about the, I don't know, Halloween legits in there, or but on the general lines, you read that if you want to be like an informed person making the right decisions. It's like, to me, it's like more important to read than the terms of service almost, because it's the core of the project. So
absolutely. I mean, if you're anybody who's coming over from the blockchain or the that kind of environment, the first thing you're going to look for is the white paper. So it's kind of bizarre.
Yeah. So it's strange, and also because it's still up there. So the white paper is still like, they didn't take it away, but there are like, for instance, the UPEX loops, like how it like transfers from one pool to the other, like there are like major changes in there, and there's like, I'm not saying that they cannot change it, but then at least update it. It was, to me, I was a bit confused by the answer, but yeah, it was quite.
The normal solution would you'd have this white paper as the legacy one, and then you just put out a version 2.0 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was something. No, it is interesting to go back and have a look through this. I haven't read this for years, but there was some part that stuck out to me. There's a whole bunch of funny things when you read it. You're like, well, that never happened, or that never happened, or that's completely different now, as Desjack said.
Do they have that
funny words that no one uses? Like the community kind of took over some of the lingo, and then you read it back and like,
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Moguls. Like, does anyone talk about being a mogul?
Yeah. I wonder where it is.
I did see that they still had 17% up there as the dividend thing.
Yeah, there was something too about PAX.
There was an email address, ideas at upland.me.
An email address, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder where it was. I'm going to scroll like crazy and annoy everybody. There was one point where they were going to sell packs of properties. And I was like, what? That's cool.
Yeah, I've read that too.
Wonder where that was. Otherwise, I'll just talk out of my ass. But yeah, it's very, very different. I find it kind of a bit bizarre that they don't go back and update it. Here we go. Look, mystery packs, cheese. Read that one.
Oh, mystery packs. include multiple properties and can be purchased in the Upland store. The total property value of a pack is transparent. Players can assume that they will not need all properties of a pack for completing collections. They can either keep these properties or sell them to other players in the marketplace.
Yeah. So I remember back in the Brooklyn burn and all of that, well, that's one of the feedback points I raised is why don't they sell packs of NFTs to avoid all of this, this chaos and that. So, and apparently that was in the white paper all along. So I don't know. So back to Angry Ursia's point, is the Upland leadership following the plan white paper? I think that would be emphatically kind of, not really, because it has changed so significantly from the original white paper. So, What about the secondary question that was asked? Should they be waiting for gates where new content is only released when a certain % of all available property is minted?
Say that again?
Should Upland be waiting for gates where new content is only released when a certain % of all available property is minted?
We might be waiting forever then.
Yeah.
I get the question. No, I'm not going to be stupid about it.
Yep.
Like they're talking about property value and keeping it high and not bringing out any new cities before a certain percentage of the previous city was released. I believe that would definitely be 100% better. I think personally, this is just my opinion, that they are in a spot where they can't do that anymore, that they have to get out a certain amount of cities to be able to bring other stuff out.
Yeah, I'm of the same opinion. I've talked about that previously where, fundamentally this is a business. It has to remain viable. They have to create income to, pay their employees and that sort of thing. So how do they make their money? They make their money through selling stuff. So could the actual in-game economy be improved significantly to help support that? Absolutely. So yes.
Upland evolves white paper. I like that, Caesar.
Yes. So I have to wait and see. I don't know. Unless anybody wants to chime in, I'll just say thank you, Angry Ursia. You've got yourself 2 Halloween signs, care of Samurai Aquatics and Decor and Map Assets. So yes, there is. Thank you, everybody. There's a whole bunch of what am I going to say? There's a whole bunch of quips that have been sent through. I will get to them on and off when I can. And there's certain, there's some weeks there's certain themes that we touch on that we go to. So speaking of quips, Cheese, you got your singing voice ready? Clear your throat.
Oh wait, I gotta go get the lyrics. Hold on.
I got it here. Look, share screen.
Oh, okay.
Feel free to jump in. So if you have a quips,
if you got something to say,
and you'd like a map asset freebie today, then it
doesn't matter much to me.
The link to the Google form is in the description. There you go. I think that might have been.
That was really good.
Oh, was it?
That was good. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
And you don't want to know how many hours I spent last night trying to find a mashup on Midjourney of llamas and the Misfits. It took me ages. So the things you get squirreled on. So yes, links in the description. Out.
Snapchat group chat. Are you gonna do it, Maui? Let's all post for Maui.
What is it?
I don't know. She says Snapchat group. Snapchat group.
Snapchat group. I don't know what that is. I'm not up with the cool kids.
I don't know either. Oh, she says she sent that as a suggestion to Ben.
Might be one of them in there. There you go. Oh, as I said, there are several that have come through. Thank you for that. I will endeavor to get through to them all.
Maybe
some other.
Sorry, I was gonna say if that's I don't know what it means, but if Mary wants to head that out, like if she wants to lead it,
head it up. Absolutely.
Yep.
All right, some other news we've got going on. So yes, the standalone UDU server is now officially closed, and we have moved. We've moved to MBA sign up. It should be the only thing that anybody can see over at UDU, except for the node managers. Node managers will still have access to their legacy Node channels, assuming that
Aw.
I did that all properly. The merger from MVE to MVA has also begun. The remaining channels will be moved into storage, and we'll put up a similar sign sometime this weekend. So yes, if you're not into the MVA yet, got to get yourself on over there because we're shutting the doors on the other ones.
Des is distracting me.
Yes.
Look at the dog. Sorry, Ben.
You're right. As I mentioned previously, I have stopped my saving challenge and I've got about 4 million stored away for Tokyo and totems and whatnot. I'm going to keep grinding a little bit towards my original goal of 5 million, but that's in tandem with, as I said, being back in the UPX USD floor out battle, which is off to a pretty good start this week. Holy moly. Cha-ching. So yes. Now, last week in the NBA server, I put another competition up. As I said, we are going to start putting some UPX out again in the community. So last week's challenge, which was in the NBA server, in the contest channel, was if you had 1 million UPX to spend, what would you spend it on and why? Cheese, I'm going to spin a wheel. Can you go over to the NBA server and just get ready? Whoever comes up as the winner, it'd be nice to just read out what they actually said. Usually we just gloss straight over that.
You got it.
So I forgot to mention as part of that what the prize was going to be. Let's just go with 10,000 UPX clear after fees. So we'll go with that. Now, what's the bet? Wheel of Names is going to reload. Let's have a look here. NBA server. No, it didn't. Look, so these are all the people that put a entry in for that competition. Let's see who's going to win.
I really like Awesome's
10,000 big ones.
suggestion. Comment. Laban.
Winner is Laban. What was Laban going to spend 1 million UPX on?
A lot of people did this. This is so cool. All right. Going after and buying under mint or close to mint collection props that I don't have collected yet, haven't collected yet. This would give bang for the bucks in the long run. 1 million would go fast. No problem spending that. Woo woo.
Yes, nicely done.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Now, we also have a couple of other competitions going on in the NBA server at the moment. Angry Ursa, speaking of Angry Ursa, picked up the, how much was it? Was it 10,000 UPX? Yeah, it was, for beating my score on one of my old games, PewDiePie. Didn't beat Bocchio's score. I think you'd have to be just a complete lunatic to go for Bocchio's score, but
Bocchio's score was crazy.
It was insane. So yes,
Yeah.
Angry Ursa picked up 10K through the week for that, and there is still one available for one of my other games, Broodstop. Now that is an absolute rage-inducing game that I made specifically to get people to rage quit. So I think I put the prize for that at 20K. So that's available in the NBA contest channel as well. 20K. To that one, you had to get to the end screen, and the end screen times out very quickly. So get ready with that print screen button. You're going to have to get a capture of that. So that's still available, and that'll remain so until claimed. The weekly challenge for this week is going to be in the contest channel in the NBA server. Don't DM it to me. Don't put it in the YouTube comments. It has to be in the NBA server in the contest channel. Tell us your best burnt story. It could be
saw some Joe Livnips. Sorry, go ahead.
You're right. It could be sunburnt. It could be like when you got burnt yourself cooking or something, or it could be when you got emotionally burnt. The choice is yours.
Oh my God, there's going to be so many entrants on this.
Tell us your best burnt story.
There's so many emotionally burnt people in Upland.
Well, maybe it was the time you emotionally burnt somebody else. Who knows? Have at it. The only caveat, it has to be something about burnt. And we'll go with another 10,000 UPX clear after fees. That's a good reminder, though. If you've got some sort of Upland or Web3 event going on and you'd like to donate a prize for this, because we are going to start the weekly challenges up again, let Cheese or myself know, and we'll see how we can help promote what you've got going on. All right. So, and yeah, if you don't know what the NBA server is or any of that, there will be a link in the description, both the Spotify and the YouTubes, to click on that and get on over. I think that brings us up towards the end of the show, and we got to spin the decor wheels. Now, jazzy jazz. It's just saying.
She had to split. She had to split.
Yeah, she's off on holidays again. She's
I know.
living the life of Riley. Let me just copy and paste those over. And let's see who's going to play. I've got one more thing here. What's that? Oh, that was the silly song. Share screen. Let's make sure, because Jazz did take this snapshot early on. So if you are not in this list, let me know. We've got Agency, 6 Weeks, AA, Bree, Ryan, Caesar, Dr. Tid, Finsky, Grizz, Kinda, Joe, Laban, Maui, Mesme, Podex, Des, Jack, Robin, Shackland, C Prado, TB, Teddy Pig, Jedi, Umbrella, Jazz. Are we missing anybody? Dog was in. Who else
Dog
did we
was
miss?
in. Oh
Dog was in.
God. Speak people if you're not in there.
Dog was in. Who else jumped in? No. Chat's clear.
FN.
FN. Oh, I hear you, FN. Oh, I did see you in chat. Yeah. FN. Anybody else? Going once? Going twice? Let's see who's going to play. And I'll just quickly.
Wolf is here. Wolf is here. You got me? Wolf is
Oh,
here.
you just missed it, mate. You just missed it. Apologies.
I was on the train. Just got off the train.
Sorry, Wolf.
No problem. Next time.
Oh no, sorry.
We'll get you next
Pod.
time.
Wolf,
Potty
I'll send you an NFT.
Yeah.
It's all good. Thanks.
All right, Podman, let's see what the Podex is going to win. Podex is the node manager of the UDU node Lone Mountain, if you weren't aware. And is that? Oh my God,
You bastard.
Cheese is going to slap the shit out of me. Oh, I thought I took that off last week.
I thought you did too.
I did it live on air. Uh-oh.
After the show, you'll get the brush.
The brush. All right. Well, at least it's the brush and not the knife.
I can't
Podex.
kill you yet.
Yes. All right, Podex, congratulations. You've won yourself what will be a very rare monument #1. I'll
Extremely rare.
I'll
I'm
reach
halfway
back.
through, by the way. There's like over 1,000 people to look into.
maybe I had 2 of them on there. Let me X that out. And
Kill
look,
you.
I'm going to do it right now. Look, everybody's my witness. Save Samurai Aquatics. I got to change that. Samurai Aquatics. Save. And maybe I X'd it out before that finished doing its thing. All right. Hopefully I won't get in trouble next week. What a classic. There's one there and it comes up. Well done, Pod.
Yeah, well done, Pod.
I think that's... Oh, mama. I think that's covered everything. So yes, don't forget to get yourself on over to the NBA and get involved. Because yeah, we're going to give away a whole bunch more stuff, and especially as we start leading up to, especially things like Halloween and that, where we have some of those signs and that available, we'll give away a swag, more stuff there. And of course, leading up to Christmas, so we'll have to start saving up for the 1 million UpX wheel giveaway. That will happen again this year at Christmas time, so I better not blow my entire budget. And we'll leave it at that. If you have an Upland NFT or Metaverse product, service, or event to promote, as I said, opportunities are always available for spotlights and direct engagement in this UDU podcast or long-form deep dives into what you've got going on the Wine and Cheese and Metaverse show. Contact myself or Morecheese to discuss and secure your spots. Cheese, you took a big breath. What do you got?
Joe, are you saying you want to give an NFT out?
Oh, you can do that.
Hell yeah. I want an NFT.
Is that what we're doing?
Again?
Yeah. Let's
Yep.
spin it. Here's the thing right here. It's a jumping Krylon spray paint.
And you know what? I'm gonna put Wolf in twice.
Yes.
I'll put Wolf in twice. How about that?
Ooh.
All right.
Oh.
And I didn't close that down, so that was good. Let me go back. Let me go back to Sherry screen. All right, so Wolf's in there twice. Let's see. So this is for an NFT. I got a. As a Wolf's got it. He did. What a classic! Poetic justice. That one I thought it clicked over. Well done. There you go. Couldn't have worked out better. Some might say it was even planned.
We're not that capable of planning anything, really.
No, we're not. No. All right. Thank you, Cheese.
Thank you. Shall we get us out of here?
Yes, ma'am.
Pew, 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 pew. Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Waiting.
Are you looking for some of that quality outdoor decor? But you got no freaking idea where to go? Oh, come on over to Samurai Aquatics and Decor for all your outdoor decor needs. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the metaverse, do you? Yeah, just delete that. I'm still not ready, sorry. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the metaverse, do you? Or maybe some kind of crappy ramshackle building that, I don't know, needs a bit of extra spunk to it or something. And stop mucking about and get yourself over to Samurai Aquatics Discord to see all our available stock. We've got loads of different decor to spend your pretend money on. We got saunas to fire you up, and ice baths to chew you the fudge out. Literally stock coming out of our ears. Grills, swings, seating, and more. So much more. And if we don't got it, give us a buzz, and we could probably make it. Get yourself on over to Samurai Aquatics at 30 Aqua Vista Way in Midtown Terrace, San Francisco, lickety split, and gorge yourself on outdoor decor.